Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Sheryn. I'm class 6B in English. Today, I will explain about the material in 5th chapter is National Languages and Language Planning. Part 1. National Language. Part 1. National language is the language of a political, cultural, and social unit. It is generally developed and used as a symbol of national unity. The functions: first, to identify the nation. Second, to unite the people. Example, Vanuatu is a multilingual Pacific republic consisting of about 80 islands with population of around 200. It declared independence from a joint British and French colonial administration in 1980. Vanuatu is unique in the Pacific because it has adopted a non-European language, a former Pidgin Bislama, as its sole national language. Bislama is an English lexified Creole with origins in a Melanesian plantation pidgin. It is an invaluable lingua franca in Vanuatu and a very politically acceptable national language. Part 2. Language Planning. Part 2. Language Planning. Language planning, the deliberate effort to influence the function, structure, or acquisition of a language within a speech community. Choosing a variety depends on factors like: first, the form of the variety; second, the functions it serves; third, the attitudes people hold towards it. Part 3. The process of planning. Part 3. The process of planning. There are generally 4 interrelated steps. First, selection, choosing the variety to be developed. Second, codification, standardizing its structural or linguistic features. This step is also called corpus planning. Third, elaboration, extending its functions for use in new domains. Fourth, securing its acceptance, enhancing its prestige and encouraging people to develop pride in it and loyalty towards it. Part 4. What prize a national language? Many countries have regarded the development of a single national language as a way of symbolizing the unity of nation. One nation, one language has been a popular and effective slogan. In earlier centuries, national language of a political entity often emerged naturally and relatively consciously over a period of time. English in England, French in French, Japanese in Japan, Spanish in Spain seem obvious examples. There were very few languages with this kind of status before about 1500. Then the number increased dramatically, especially in the 19th century as linguistic nationalism in Europe grew. Part 5. What is the meaning of developing vocabulary? In advising others on usage, they are often faced with the dilemma which of these options to recommend. First, a word borrowed from English. Second, an equivalent Maori word which is perhaps not well known or with a slightly different meaning which could be adapted. Third, a word newly created from Maori research. Example, the Academy of the Hebrew Language in Israel has right to select indigenous words where possible, but widespread usage has led them to accept listic and pajama. For instance, borrowed words are often integrated into Hebrew structure. However, so that bank checks uses the Hebrew plural suffix im, not to the adoption of as spellings rather than British for pyjama and Part 6. Selecting a code. Two different approaches were taken to developing a standard written variety of Norwegian. One approach selected a variety based on Danish, with some orthographic and morphological modifications based on educated urban Norwegian speech. The other approach created a new Norwegian written standards by drawing on a range of rural Norwegian dialects. It was first called Landsmål, language of the country, and later, after several reforms, New Norwegian. Part 7. Summary. Language planning is defined most simply as deliberate language change. This covers a wide variety of activities, including the introduction of new labels. For fruit, it also includes the development of national languages and standard dialects. As illustrated in this chapter, language planners generally focus on specific language problems. This chapter has been concerned mainly with the language policies of countries and states rather than the language behavior of individuals. Example, a New Zealander who had moved to England decided to prepare descent-involved fruit, which in her New Zealand childhood has been called gins, good scribes, as a result of successful linguistic consulting, followed by a good promotional campaign. She knew they were not known in New Zealand and oversized as kiwi fruit. She was somewhat dismayed, however, on opening her English recipe book to read the first instruction. Okay, I think enough for my presentation. Sorry for my weakness. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.